Okay, so we're going to be working on a couple of general mindset tips. Let me just turn on my cam as well. Okay, cool. So let's start with the mindset tips. This is going to be a very quick session just to help you guys transition from, oh, fuck, one sec, these slippers are slippery and I've got parquet on the floor. We're going to be going over general tips to help you guys transition from the weekend and go into the new week. Of course, I'm going to go over trading tips too and go over the process of entry because that's pretty important. And just go over a general summary and put you guys the whole system into a ball and just show you how it's going to be used. We'll go over some crypto pairs. Generally Bitcoin, it's still going really well from that breakout yesterday. And I think we can get a TP on this, but I'll show you why we possibly wouldn't be able to. Let's start with the basics. And the basics are tips. As you guys, I've told you, I carry books everywhere with me. There's general things that I carry with me where I scribble stuff on. And then there's beautiful little books I spend plenty of money on to, keep for the future. This one here is all about mindset. I write a lot of specific information in this one about mindset and how it should all work and how we need to think as traders and as people. So what I'm about to go over are also tips that you can use in your day-to-day life, in your business, in your family, and whatever else. So let's start with that. Now, before we get into the basic tips of trading, I want you guys to remember that your goal as a trader is to end your day in one of four ways. And that is in a big profit, in a small profit, break even, or a small loss. There cannot exist the option of a fifth one. And that's a big loss. Having a big loss is hard to come back from. I gave you guys this an example in a daily primer, but I'll keep it basic. If you guys go down 50%, for you to go back to that 100% mark where you were, you really need to make 100% return and not just the 50% that you lost. And the more you continue losing, the more you need to keep making back. And that turns into a big problem because it's hard. In reality, it's pretty easy to lose 50% if you do not have structured position sizing as number one, if you don't use this. If you don't use this, you won't be able to keep your position sizing structured, okay? So as your balance goes up and down, you'll be able to adjust your total lot size and keep it structured. By keeping it structured, you are going to remain professional. I'm going to tell you straight up, if you guys do not apply position sizing, it is not a question whether or not you're going to go bust. It's just a question about when. Is it going to be today, tomorrow, the day after? I can guarantee you it's going to be in single-digit days. You're not even going to pass 10 days if you trade randomly. I've worked in the financial markets for a long time. I've managed brokers. I've even had two of my own brokerages with light regulations, and I've sold them. Too much work and pointless. This makes me much more happier. Trading for a living and then helping other people to do the same. Now let's go over general tips. We're going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are really important tips that are on the first page of my mindset book. They're literally on the first page, right there. The first one is keeping your powder dry and your margin high. I'll give you guys a little example. Back a couple of 100 years ago, in the movies that we watch with the army boys, with those little weird hats and those beautiful little costumes with white pants and red or blue, and then they line up with each other and they put that powder inside the gun, I think you guys know what I mean. And then they, ready, steady, fire. Well, that's powdered, okay? The powder, that's gunpowder. And what they used to do, they used to have a little patch right next to their waist, and that was gunpowder. And it was essential, actually imperative for their survival to keep that powder dry. In essence, you need to keep your powder dry, or gunpowder dry, in trading too, by keeping your margin high. You do not want to overexpose, and by using your total recommended lot size, you are able to keep your powder dry for when that elephant trade walks right by you or that whale trade comes right by you, and you're going to have your little harpoon and you're going to get that whale or you're going to grab that elephant, because You do not want to be in a position where you do not have margin to open a pretty solid lot size trade on an aggressive style approach when you have that perfect trade. That perfect trade was Bitcoin. And I'll tell you why. Firstly, if we take the four-hour chart here, please ignore the 2 million drawings of red. Just focus on the following. Focus on the green. So we have the low, we have the high, we have price action creating a high, low, high, lower high. Price action came from this high to this low and came to the 38.2. Furthermore, we had a contraction of price. What is a contraction of price? A contraction of price is when price action has a wide start, which is this here, makes a dip and goes up, and then a trend line supports the resistance, where another trend line supports the support, but it all gets tight. These are the best type of trades. And to be honest with you guys, I've opened a 100 lot position on this. I went really big, 140 lot position on this, and I'm going to show you the profits later on. They're astronomical so far. I can literally stop trading for like a couple of months and live large just because of this fucking trade. Sorry for swearing. Sometimes I do that. Anyway, keep your powder dry. This is what I mean. I had my powder dry and I waited for the right opportunity. The right opportunity is literally when you have a contraction leading to the fibs. Even if it's on a 2-minute chart, a 10-minute chart, an hour chart, or a 4-hour chart, it's fine. As long as it leads to the fibs and gives you the direct entry. My trade was in a loss for 1 or 2 hours, messing around, profit loss, but it never went beyond this point here. And that really makes my risk reward ratio insane. I've got a 10-to-1 risk reward. Moving on to the next one. And this is about technical analysis and why this all works. The reason all of this works is because the market has a memory. The market is made up of buyers and sellers, and they all look at the same charts like we do. And even their algorithms, they also look at the same charts. Recently on Instagram, I saw an idiot who is providing education, and he says, technical analysis is bullshit, doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. Nobody in the institutional world uses it. Well, that guy is yet another just scammer who's found the story to separate himself from the herd of other scammers and tell you or print into your mind that technical analysis doesn't work. If it doesn't work, I would not be consistent, right? Year in, year out. And so many other people. There are a million ways to trade, I can tell you that, and that's a fact. You can trade with fundamentals, technicals, there's so many approaches. You just have to stick to what works. For me, this works. This is a very simple approach that I really don't need to spend a lot of time on. In fact, I can just trade the London Open, which takes me about 15 minutes, and the New York Open, another 15 minutes. And let's add in about 20 minutes of charting and, wasting time putting the right music to listen to. All in all, I don't need more than an hour to do this a day. The reason I'm around all day is because I've dedicated my life to helping other people. That's why I'm around always and, trying to help everyone and answer every question. I've got big goals. My goals right now revolve around teaching this technical analysis approach to all of you and beyond. I want to have 150 people and stop there and really zero in and make sure that every single one of those people within 14 days makes a profit. Doesn't achieve consistency, but makes a profit to cover all of their expenses for the year to be with me, regardless of their starting balance. I'll work with every single person. Once that's done, then I can start expanding. And what did I mean? What is done? When they start achieving consistency. How do we know when somebody has consistency? When they have a track record of a month, at least a month. Because those first 30 days or 21 days of trading and 30 days of education are going to help me to imprint into your mind a process that works and even allow you to deviate from the system just to show you how bad it will be for you. Because I've had people who worked with me, or I've seen people too, who would do this, bam, 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 okay? And then they go 55, oh, 1 sec, sorry. And they would grow their balance to $55,000, and then go to 75,000. And then they would say, I want a beautiful track record, and then they would drop, boom, a 99% loss. And the reason that happens is because they would deviate from the system. They would get into Bitcoin, it would look amazing, but Bitcoin starts going down, down, and they're like, okay, it's coming to the 30, I'll just move my stop loss just a little bit. And then it continues going down, and he's like, okay, look at the spike. It's probably going to go from there. I don't want to lose this trade. And then you go a bit more down. And then let's buy some more here at the bottom because it's a perfect place to buy. And boom, 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 and bam, account busted. That is one thing that can never happen. If that happens, you're done. And if you guys watched the mindset video yesterday that I shared, this here, in some of the points that I explain, they all tell you exactly what things result in losses, each 10 of these points. And this is number 10, breaking the process of consistency. And I've seen a lot of people do this. They become consistent, but now they switch from a mindset of, hey, I want to make money, to a mindset of, hey, I want a beautiful track record. Forget about your track record. Guys, on one of my accounts, the one that started with 20K, I took it up to 57,000 from Tuesday till Thursday. It's like a week and 2 days. Let's say 30 something percent. It's like what's it called? 100 and almost 200% gain. Almost 200% gain in a week. And the only way I did that was consistency. I consistent my approach. And number two, I didn't have a beautiful track record. 49.7% of my trades won. That means that more trades out of 100% have lost than won, and I still made money. Why? Because I followed the system. I did overdo it with trades. Yes, I opened a lot of trades. I was trading pretty much all day. Some trades lost, some trades won, but because of having a win ratio, a risk reward ratio like this one is 5-1 so far. It's winning me 5-1. That's how I end up being a winner. Now let's move on to the next idea that I've got here. No trade is a winner until it is closed in a profit. So do not be happy or excited until you close out. This is another thing I've seen so many times with people, especially when the news comes out. They're trading something, the market starts moving very quickly in their favor, and they're like, yes, 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 and they might start stacking. What is stacking? A few of you are new here, so I'll tell you what stacking is. So let's go here. So price action, you sell, or let's say you buy because this is green, and price action starts going up. What you do is you start buying more and more, and price is going with you. And now you have a lot of margin at stake here. And all price needs to do is reverse for about 20% for you to be stopped out. What is stop out? It means your balance is broken down to zero or minus. Stacking has been the result of people losing a lot of money. A lot. I've seen people lose hundreds of thousands because they keep stacking, buying, buying, buying. Even though price is reversing against them, they continue buying. And yeah, that's a big problem and a big no-no. Now, on the other point, when your trade is closed in a profit, that's when you can be happy and pat yourself on the back. While until you do not withdraw that money, you have not paid yourself. That money remains at risk. Remember that. Your money remains at risk until you do not withdraw that money, put it onto your account, your phone, or whatever, and enjoy it. Okay? I make it a business for myself to pay myself bi-weekly. Every 2 weeks, I pay myself. I pay myself for all the hard work that I've done and all the time I've dedicated, regardless of how much it is, 1,000, 10, 2, 5, 200. Doesn't matter. Pay myself, always. And then I do something nice with that money. I either do something nice for somebody else or for myself. Most of the time for somebody else. Now, number 4. I didn't prepare a PowerPoint. I woke up late, but it's okay. Oh, drop my pen 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Now, just like a reputation, it takes 10,000 steps to reach the top in trading, but just 1 step to go back to the bottom. This is the same analogy that Warren Buffett says it takes 20 years to build a reputation, but just 1 day to ruin it. It goes the same way for trading. it could take you 10,000 hours to build up the knowledge, the processes, application of the system, turning your account from 1,000 to 100,000. Believe me, very possible. It's happened so many fucking times. I can share with you the names and I'll show you mine. You know, in 2016, I took a 6K account, about 6K, all the way to 400 something thousand. And that was in 3 months. And that was not trading randomly. It was still a very similar system to this. Except if I used this system then, I wouldn't have stopped at 400,000. I would have gone way beyond. Anyway, yeah, just like a reputation, it takes 10,000 steps to reach the top in trading, but just one step to go right to the bottom. And what is that one step? That one step is not having position sizing and not having a definite SL. Those two things take you right back to the bottom. So remember, when we open a trade, let's say we want to go buy over here, the first thing we do is not drag the take profit where we want it. Forget about the take profit. The first thing you do is you set your stop loss. That is the first thing that has to happen when you open a trade. But right before you open a trade, you need to see with your eyes, with your beautiful eyes, where are you going to put that stop loss. Moving on to the next one. Okay, this one comes down to risk management too. It is a very disastrous thing not to use stops and have a drop dead point. A stop and a drop dead point means that all positions close there. Let's say I'm using Bitcoin here and I bought here, and I bought here, 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 here. And I need to have a drop dead point now. For compounding, I need a drop dead point. That would have to be a break below this level here. We can see this level being a bit of a resistance and support. That means if price comes below this, all trades have to close. While when you open the trade, your drop dead point is this. You gotta get out there. There is no question about it. There is no, oh, but I see the market could reverse, or oh, there is news coming out. No, take your loss while it's still small and manageable rather than large and catastrophic, so you can have your gunpowder to use for the right opportunity. Do not get into the gambling mindset of getting stuck into old ideas that have failed. We cannot predict the market. We can only follow it. If the market is going up, so do our indications. We are in a bull trend on Bitcoin. We have the recent price action, which could be the current market theme, is high, low, higher high, lower high. But we are coming to a potential zone, which is this here, right? And then if we take the fibs and we take the bottom here, and oh man, I can't see where it is. 1 second. Hello, there it is. So we take the bottom, we take the top, and literally we are right now sitting at the 30%. Oh, nice, we're above it, which means that we could be going up. But this is not something that's written in stone. This is something that I use myself. Nobody taught me, I don't see other people using the 30%, but I do. Through history, it showed me that it's a great level. So we are literally right here. There's a great chance of continuation to the upside. 1 sec. We have a breakout here. You see, this is what I mean by the drop dead point. If price comes below this, we close all of our trades. We get out. Where else, if it stays at this level, we might be able to have an opportunity to buy some more based on the fibs by coming down to the 10-minute or to the 2-minute or whatever, and taking the recent top to the recent low, and you have it. And you can see that potentially price action, if it comes down from here, it's coming right to the fibs of this top to this bottom, which created our straight line in the Dow Chain channel. Furthermore, if you guys look closely, just to the left, and very patiently, you see 1, 2, 3, and 4 levels, and 5. All you need to do is look. God's given us the eyes. Use them. I'll tell you one thing. I worked in sales. In sales, the most important skill you can have to excel as a salesperson is these two things here. Ears. You got to listen. And you got to listen, you know? And God's given you one mouth and 2 ears for a good reason, to speak 50% less than what you listen. Speak less, listen more, and you will be able to hear the cries of your clients, of your potential customers. You'll find exactly what they want. And how did I teach and grow a massive sales organization at just 21? I had the biggest conversion ratios. We were doing crazy numbers. The only reason I did that was I asked questions with my mouth, like, what is the biggest problem you're facing in your business and this and that. And once you get the what is the biggest problem, you get to listen. So you ask a question and you shut up and you wait for the answer. So that's in sales. While in trading, we got the eyes. Same thing with trade. Same thing with sales. Focus double. Okay, focus double, and don't fucking put yourself in any kind of trouble by thinking differently, thinking that there is more to this. There is nothing more to this. The chart literally tells you exactly what's going to happen. If there was a crystal ball in this world, it is the chart. With the chart, I've predicted Brexit happening, predicted Trump winning, not predicted by saying, hey guys, Brexit's going to happen. Nope. I put my money where my mouth is and I made money with it. If you guys remember, Brexit was 2016, and that was a great year. Moving on, the last one. Now, this is really important. This is really important. So if you guys haven't been paying attention or listening, now is the time to pay attention and listen. Okay. When you acquire the skills, the money becomes a byproduct of those skills. This is the process that I've created for everyone that's coming into this, and we start on Monday. Knowledge, okay, a lot of knowledge, and then we work very hard to turn that knowledge into know-how. There is a very big difference between knowledge and know-how. Those two things are very separate. One thing is knowing what you need to do, and the other thing is knowing exactly how to do it. Okay, so once we turn the knowledge into know-how, and then we start applying it, which creates us skills, then the money will follow. Because the money becomes a byproduct of your actions. It is cause and effect. There is no more simpler explanation than that. You create good causes all day by following the system, by managing your mindset, and the effects are going to be money, 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 money. The markets are made out of money. There is no bigger industry than this. You can become as big as you like. If we go here, I'll tell you guys what I told you yesterday, the 4 points why traders are not successful. Not having a complete system. Check. We got that. Lack of skills. Well, check. You don't have them, but you've got me, and I've got them, and I'm going to give them to you. Limiting beliefs. This is what I said in one of the daily primers. I've explained that there is chances that people self-sacrifice their own accounts. I showed that when I was approaching 50K on my account, that many times people will be in a pretty hefty profit as an overall balance, and they will sabotage that because of their limiting beliefs. They don't think that that's too much for them. There is no too much. Literally, there is no too much. If you follow the system day in, day out, let's say you start with 1,000, okay? Let's say you have 1,000. For you, just with 10%, 1,000 becomes this, just by following 10%. I don't know exactly how many days, but one sec, I've got the other Excel sheet here. Momento. So here's another account. This one was done totally. There's the withdrawal that occurred. We took 5,000 in, and this is one day. Please pay attention to this. This is the EU session. This is the New York session. The account went to the New York session with 925 profit. The next day on the EU session, another 5,225 was made, and then another 750, then another 2.2, then 4, then 4, then 1, and withdrawal 5,000 to 24,000 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, in 5 days. 5 days. And that is all by following structured position sizing, following the same process over and over and over and over and over again. This one was done quickly because the target profit was achieved much quicker. But there is more. There's more. Anyway, so skills. You get the skills, the money follows. Again, it is all a process of cause and effect. At the end of the day, it is with your own actions, your own hustle, that you can solve any problem that you ever had. So you gotta have faith in action, because without action, nothing else exists. And you guys got it. Congrats. I really believe that you guys are gonna achieve something great here with me. I promise that you will. Next up today, you guys are gonna get a PDF that is gonna give you the ticks and explanations of little pictures showing exactly what's up. After that, I'm gonna make a small video explaining that whole PDF, and that's gonna help you. Do you guys have any questions about the system, about entry, about things like this? Because we're gonna move into charting right now. You can type or unmute yourself, either or is fine. Okay, oh, we got a message. Okay, cool. So let's go over this. And that, oh, fuck's sakes, 1 sec. Okay, so two ways of trading. There are two very basic ways of trading this. There is the I don't have too much time to trade person, and then there is the other person who pretty much wants to go full time and will sacrifice every minute of the day to make this happen. The person that let's start with point number two. Point number two is the person that does have time to dedicate. That person can trade in two different ways, can be focusing on entries on the 1 hour and the 10-minute, while the other person should be looking for entries on the 5 and 2. I'll show you how to find all of those trades. But I'll show you something else as well. This is gold. And if we check the 1 hour chart, we see that gold has taken a massive dive. That was the rejection, pretty strong rejection. And prices now, it's pretty important to check this. So if you just check the past, boom, you see, this is the rejection. There is another one here. There's another one there, and there's another one there. Price is slowly trending down. If I come down to the 10-minute, this might be too quick, but I'll show you. Take the bottom, take the top, check this out, 30%, right? Then we take this, and we have a trend line. And price is where? Boom. So you can always sell towards this because you want to check the process of the market. We have a short move, we have a continuation, trend line support, 30%. We have pretty strong resistance up here, and every time price came to that resistance, it gravitated to the downside. And guess what? Came down here 2 times, boom, boom, which means very easily 38.2 and 30% can be reached on gold. See, that wasn't too hard. Now let me give you my secret. The first thing I do is I check what's going on with momentum. So I firstly check this. Just look at the chart. This doesn't take too long. I mean, I can go over absolutely every asset, give you guys a trade idea on every single asset. There it is, rejection candles, we're also going down. If we take the 4 hour, we see that we're gravitating down to the 38.2 here. Yeah, it's pretty easy to find all of this. Now, it seems easy from my side. By the way, this is an accumulation here. Price is not making too many highs, too many lows. Hello, Biggie. My pug came. So yeah, this looks like an accumulation. What is an accumulation? Price is coming down, stops for a little bit, creates this rejection, and then doesn't really go away from this level. This means that we are preparing for a potential move. It could be up, it could be down, but there is a much higher chance or probability of downside than there is of upside. Okay. So I can do this, and I'm gonna give it to you straight up. We can look for a trade on every asset and take one everywhere we find it. I was looking at I was looking at WTI yesterday, and not yesterday. No. Okay, boom, boom, and I can tell you that there is a pretty good chance price might trend down towards this level and potentially break out. But if it breaks this level, I will then possibly look for shorts. How will I look for shorts? I will take the 10-minute chart, and you see, come on, man. Look at this. It's not really hard, you know. Take the bottom. The short-term move is down. The short-term move is down. What is the short-term move? Look at this. High, lower high, right? 30%. Sell. You can just target this level. This weird dog. Pugs are so strange. They're so funny. So yeah, just check the momentum. Look at this. Lows, low, higher. The highs are lower. Highs are being lower, even on the 10-minute chart. It's totally cool. You don't have to be, you don't have to look for the grand slam home run. You can just bat it away and just grab the general profits. Check this out. If you shorted here at 38.2 and had your SL just above this zone here, and you put your take profit right down here, you're looking at a 3-to-1. That means that you can win one trade and lose two trades and still be in profit, following a 3-to-1. You understand? If you have a 3-to-1, it's pretty simple. And by the way, this is what I would recommend for somebody who doesn't have too much time. Just get on the short-term chart and check this out. Look at this. Boom. See, we got the top. And why would we look for a top? Let me tell you, we have low, low, right? We're going down. The reason we're looking for a top is because price made a significant move away from the bear move. Here it didn't. Here it didn't. You see, the highs are very close. But here, it pretty much almost killed the next high. It certainly killed the previous low. And now we have a high, we have a low, and we're potentially pushing for a new high. You get it? Pretty simple. We're going to be going over a lot of trades. The holidays are coming up. It's essential and imperative for me next week to start pushing everyone in this community to make a profit. But only those people who use the system as I do. I've seen some people that they use the system, they follow my system, but they continue to follow other systems. You can't. It's literally like, driving a car but holding a bicycle next to it. You won't be able to perform. You just can't perform. It just doesn't work that way. So you need to decide. It's either this or that. It doesn't work another way. And I've also seen people, they're like, oh, I'm long gold. And I'm like, why? Why are you long gold? Give me a proper explanation. Explain to me the reason you've just entered at that price. And they can't. They're like, oh, there is signs of a reversal. What the hell does signs of a reversal mean? Signs of a reversal doesn't mean anything if you don't have a complete system. A complete system tells you exactly when you trade, how much you trade, what you trade, when you get out, where you get out, and how you trade. If you don't have all of those things, that's not a complete system. You would not go into an airplane that has one wing, would you? Right? So why in the world would you put your money onto something that's not complete? This is a complete system. There is no other way to enter than the fibs. That's your entry. Your exit comes clear, below a key level or any kind of resistance like this. There, boom, SL. Your take profit, either key levels or fibs, especially when the fibs line up with key levels, you target the fibs. There's your TP. 1, 2, 3, 6. This resistance, right? There is the blue line. You target that. If you can't, price can't break this, you move your stop loss into profit, lock it in, and try to get this or that. And that's pretty much it. Okay. Any questions? Because we're done, and then I'm going to focus on recording videos. You guys got any questions? There's my doggy for everyone to see. My doggy, dog. I got another one. Cool, Pranesh. I got a kind of Corso as well, but she's stuck in Cyprus. Okay, if you guys have any questions, I'm going to let you guys go now. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ping me, but I'm going to create you a beautiful video going over the whole summary of what we went over. Cool, excellent, and we take it from there. I want to wish you guys an excellent Sunday, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you very much for dedicating the last 43 minutes to me. I love you guys, and take care. Bye bye from me.